Hey everybody. So I was putting together the newsletter for this month, and then I was working on the membership site for those of you who are a part of the palace. Um and I was just like, you know what? Let me go live because I got some things that I wanted to announce, and I was like, I could just go live and do it. So maybe this will be the newsletter as well. I don't know. We'll see. So anyway, just a little random chit chat, some announcements. Um, if you know me, you know I'm pretty random sometimes. So the first thing I wanted to talk about is that I'm really, really, really excited about my basics class, setting a spiritual foundation. So I did this before a couple of years ago, and I did it as a mentorship program, a group mentorship program. And it was really, really good. It was really beneficial. The ladies loved it. And so I decided that I was going to change the structure just a little bit and make it into a 12-week class. And we're going to go over most of the same things that I went over in that mentorship group, but also I've added some new things. So even if you're in the mentorship program, go ahead and take this class too, because I've added some things, I've updated some things. It's just a little bit better, in my opinion. Okay, so that's going to be coming in April. If you want to join us for that, all the details are going to be in the description. And so I did this because, one, at the time when it was a mentorship program, a lot of people were asking me some of the same questions when I would have readings with them or, just conversations with them. And so most of it was, the basic things that we want to know about our spiritual past, like what are our gifts, what can we do to protect ourselves, how do we keep ourselves clean, some of those recurring themes. So a lot of that is in the program. I actually, the end of this month, y'all know I gotta keep looking at my notes because I don't remember dates, I don't remember times, and I be forgetting things. When you get over 40, that's what happens. So I'm going to be doing, I guess you can call it like a preview to the class. It's going to be a lot of value in it. It's at no charge. And it's the blueprint for the foundation, a spiritual foundation. So in you'll have exactly what you need to set a solid spiritual foundation. But in the class, the live version, you'll actually have me to actually guide you through it, unpack it, unlock some things inside of you, and you can ask questions live during the class. So it's really beneficial. And then you can have, a group of people that's on the same page as you at the same time. Because that was something that was really important for me. And I wish that I had at the time, but that I started my spiritual journey. I was transitioning from Christianity as I knew it, and I was coming over into the spiritual side of things, and I didn't have a clue. It was so much information out there. It was really overwhelming for me. There was a lot of videos. I'm a reader. I've always been a big reader, so I was reading every book, and some stuff was contradicting the stuff that I had read over here, and I didn't know where to start. I didn't know where to go. All I knew is that all these dead people were talking to me all the time, and I didn't know what the hell to do with that. So I put together this class so that I can answer the questions that I was getting, and also so that I can give to you all something that I wish I had. Because if I know some of these basic spiritual things, a lot of stuff that happened would not have happened. That's the short version of it. So we have that class coming up. We have the foundational blueprint that's coming up, and all of those details will be in the description box so that you can get on the priority list, because I'm only taking a limited amount of people for each event because I like to be able to focus on everyone. I want to give attention to everyone, especially while I have the time. Because you guys know I have two athletes at home. They are teenagers now, and they have taken over my life. So it is what it is. So when I can dedicate some time to my people, that's what I like to do. Okay. So the next thing I wanted to talk about is really exciting because everybody knows I am almost fanatical about taking spiritual baths. I give them, people love them. My prescription always starts with a spiritual bath for whatever cleansing, protection, attraction, whatever you got going on, whatever you need. I feel like the first step, one of the first steps of the remedy is a bath. You have to cleanse your aura. You have to let that element of water heal you because it can heal just like it can destroy. So use it to let it heal you. Use it to help assist in your spiritual journey as a primary step for whatever you have going on. So I'm excited to introduce Sacred Soaps. It's the soft launch. If you want to pre-order, you can do that over at Zokai Co. These are beautiful baths in beautiful containers. Oh, I wish I had one in here. I actually have them charging in one of my spirit rooms. So you're going to get a beautiful container. You're going to get instructions. But this is the best thing about it. It's not nothing you really have to do. Put your own intentions in it because I tell you guys all the time, this is your stuff. So you have to put your own intention into it. Of course, the general intention is there. The general spell is there for whatever it is in general. But you know exactly what you need things for. So you just put your intentions in. You're gonna pour your sauce into your bath, have your candles lit, whatever gets you in the mood, get your zhuzh going. And that's it. That's literally it. It's a beautiful canister that you can actually reuse for more salt. So you can, when you reorder, you can already say, I have the canister. I don't need that. I just need the refill. And it'll be like a different packaging that you can easily discard because you are not going to want to throw this canister away. You can use it like for loose tea or any spell work that you have going on later on in the future. So I love that. I love that for me. I love that for y'all. I think you're really going to love it. The packaging is really beautiful. Y'all know I love beautiful packaging. I will buy damn near anything if the packaging is beautiful to me. So that's Sacred Soaks. Um, if you're going to get that, let me know. Because for the first, I don't know, for the first 8 people that pre-order, I'm going to give you an extra special gift because I think that fast action needs to be rewarded. And I'm a gift giver. That's one of my love languages. I love giving gifts. So for the people that pre-order, you'll get a special gift from me. And then come back and let me know how you love it. People love how they smell, especially my sweet baths or attraction baths. It smells so good, y'all. I'm telling you, it's delicious. It makes you almost want to eat it. Please don't. Do not eat it. I don't need nobody coming back suing me because you thought you can eat it because it said bath salt. Don't eat this shit. It's not for you to take in, okay? Um, then I wanted to talk about because I've done some remodeling. We've had a refreshing of not just the website, but just the brand itself. We have evolved. So I don't want to say that we've rebranded. We've just evolved. We are ever evolving as we all should be all times. Spiritual beings, especially. You should be if you're actively working on your spiritual journey because we're all spiritual beings, but you should be actively working on your spiritual journey, and if you are, you should be ever evolving. So Zokai Co has been evolving, and this happened because I wanted to blend not just the spiritual side of me but that beauty side of me because that's my foundation. I started off in cosmetology and then I've done makeup. I have all the licenses and degrees and certifications. Whatever it is out there to get, I got it. So I wanted to blend the two because what I think, especially for us girls, us ladies, what we miss is the fact that beauty is sacred. And people be trying to downplay it. People be trying to act like, if you don't look plain, basic, and dusty, then you're not spiritual, and that's ridiculous. Or if you look raggedy And if if you look like you don't have anything material wise, that you're not spiritual enough. And I think that's a bunch of bullshit, basically. So I want people, if you're interested in that kind of thing, if that makes you feel good, looking beautiful, feeling beautiful, it should translate. And so I wanted to blend spiritualness with the sacredness of beauty, because beauty is a sacred practice. You goddesses use it strategically. It's not just, so we can look good or so we can hide or mask insecurities or things that we don't like about ourselves. That's not what it's for. And I sometimes, and I hate to start the whole, masculine, feminine thing, male, female thing, whatever. But in my experience, I hear a lot of men downplay a woman who makes sure that she has her makeup on and that she has this and that going. And it's like, oh, you don't need all of that. First of all, don't tell me what I do or do not need. That's number one. Just what do you need? That's what you focus on, okay? Number two, you don't know that I have spelled this makeup to protect me from enemies, to, hide me from my enemies so they can't even recognize me. I have enchanted, my jewelry, my perfumes, my skincare to attract the things that I need to build my empire. I've charmed my clothes to do a certain thing for me. So don't tell me what I don't need to do. Don't tell me that I don't need my makeup. Don't tell me that, whatever. Now, I will say, just to be fair, that there are some people who use their makeup and their beauty, to hide those insecurities, like I stated before. But that's not what we're talking about here. And then, everybody have a different standard of beauty and what that means to you and what that feels to you. So, what I'm talking about is whatever beauty is for you and to you, I want to help you make that a sacred ritual so that it works for you 24/7 in all ways and all times, like true goddesses do. Okay. So some of the services that I'm offering now, most of them are still the same. I just restructured them a little bit differently. So now my readings are 45 minutes because I give a lot and it's draining because your spirits are talking, my spirits are talking, then grandma's coming in and this is happening. You're asking your questions, I'm getting the downloads, and so it drains a lot of me. So I'm like, I can't do us on the phone for hours, because sometimes it really can be hours. Um, so that has changed. And when you book your service, fill out the information. That's all the same. I'm going to call you at your appointment time. You don't have to worry about that. You get reminders and all of that. But one thing, when you're done with your appointment, check your email, because I want to get your feedback. I want to get your feedback on your reading, how you felt about it, how you feel about me. And so it helps me make things better for you. And it also helps me to, let other people know that I'm not just over here making up stuff. So help me do that. And then something that I've been thinking about, y'all can let me know how you feel about it, because people have said this so much to me and I'm not quite all the way on board with it, but I think that I want to tweak it a certain way that maybe I can give what you guys are asking for and it still feels good for me. So a lot of people are asking for me to do readings like on TikTok or over here on YouTube. And I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that, guys. I don't know. Um, well, I won't get into all of the reasons why, but what I've decided that I think is a happy medium is that I can, if you want to, when I do your reading or when I have your mediumship session, then we can record it. And with your permission, of course, I'll play some snippets from it and we'll leave your name out of it. Of course, it can be completely anonymous. Um, And I think I can do it that way. Let me know what y'all think about that. Is that good? Is that cool? Especially for those of you who asked me for that. Let me know how you feel about that, and if that's something that when you do get your reading that you would even want to do. And see, and I just did it right now. And some of the reasons why I do not want to do that on camera, especially when I'm doing my mediumship sessions, is because when I'm channeling, I look crazy as hell. It's no other way to describe it. I'm looking over here, I'm doing this. Sometimes I have to get up, walk around. I'm doing weird shit, basically. So I don't know that I necessarily it can be distracting. I think that if you're watching it, it can be distracting, or when I'm doing my automatic writing and then just stuff is happening. So that's one of the main reasons why. But let me know how you feel about that. Okay, so the readings are for and I keep looking over here because one of my spirits is right there. She's talking to me. So you see me constantly looking, I'm checking in with her. Um, the readings are for questions, guidance. Um, you just want to look into and see what spirit has to say about either a specific thing or a few different things. And then what else do I use those readings for? Just your overall spiritual check-in. So you want to know what's going on in general. You want to know what's going on with a particular situation you have going on in your life. You want to see what spirit has to say. You want to get guidance from spirit. That's what the readings are. And then the mediumship is you want to talk to somebody who's transitioned. With this, it gets a little, I won't say difficult, but sometimes there are some obstacles because sometimes you may want to connect with a certain person and they don't want to. They don't want to come through for multiple reasons. What I've decided to do, because there still has to be an energy exchange, is I will make sure that somebody comes through. Somebody is going to come through. If no one comes through, I'm going to ask you, which really honestly has never happened, but I'm going to ask, do you want to continue the reading? And I just give you some messages from spirit. Maybe we can pull some cards or something like that. Um, we can do it like that just so you're still getting something and it doesn't feel like a complete waste. And then we have to do the whole refund thing. And it's just too much work that I don't want to do. So we can do that. Speaking of tools, people ask me all the time, do I use cards? Do I use pendulums? What do I use? I use all of it. And I'm going to be honest with you guys because y'all my people, so I can keep it real and be transparent. I use cards. I have tarot cards, but they're really for my spirit. They're not really for me. I know how to read them, but not like that. Not to be like, oh yeah, you got the six of clubs, and six of clubs means boom, 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 boom. No, I can look at it and I listen to what spirit tells me about the thing. So really the cards are for her. Now my oracle cards, that's different. And sometimes I use my oracle cards if I feel guided to do that. But most of the time it's just me listening to all of these spirits, mine and yours. And then I do sometimes use I love my pendulum. That's also one of the things we learn in the basics class is divination tools, and I'm going to teach you how to use your pendulum because I feel like it's one of the easiest ways, especially if you're just starting, for yes or no questions. So sometimes I will do that, use my pendulum. So those are the tools that I use. But honestly, I can use anything for a tool. I have my water right here. I can be looking at my water and see a vision for you in my water. So a tool can be anything for me. These paper clips can be a tool, whatever. So those are the tools that I use. Now let's get into coaching because coaching is something that I love really because it just comes naturally to me my whole life. If you're the friend that everybody goes to for advice and they, want your thoughts about something, they want to ask you how to do something, or when they need encouragement because they're in the process of something, then you're probably a natural coach. And that's what it was for me. My friends always come to me for advice, and I don't have a problem with it. Um, and it comes natural. Now, why we can't always give ourselves that same advice, I don't damn know. But I'm really good at seeing even steps to take that you need to take and what you need to do to get the solution that you are looking for, to get the outcome or to help you get to the next level. So I have two coaching programs right now, that may increase. I'm not sure yet. So the one program that is definitely for Zokai Co is the level, and it's a business coaching program because I also love business because I love money. I love money and money loves me. So if you are starting a business, you have a business idea, it doesn't matter what it is, what place you're at in your business, you can be well established. I guarantee you, Spirit is going to give me something to make your business more profitable or more efficient. When I first started out in this spiritual thing, this spiritual journey, I started off as a personal assistant for somebody who was on YouTube, a spiritual person that was on YouTube. And I say that because sometimes people can have gifts and can be very spiritual, but they are not of the highest level of integrity. They don't have any. They don't have any integrity. They don't have any morals. And so I quickly had to disassociate myself from that person. And that's to take nothing away from his gifts because he is gifted, but we all have choices, and you can either use those choices for good or for evil. So, anyway, that was just a side story. But I was his personal assistant. And when I started assisting him, we noticed that his business profits began to increase exponentially. He went from, you know, couple $1,000s a month to becoming a six-figure earner. So, and this was something that came naturally through my administrative skills and just, running businesses myself. So, over time, developing that gift with my own businesses and helping other friends and stuff start businesses, and just being able, having the gift, the insight, the foresight, the intuition from my spirits to know what you need to do to make your business better, to get you to the next level. And so that's what the level is all about. And it's not for everybody. You have to be really serious about wanting to get your business and yourself on that level. And because I incorporate beauty into everything, we also talk about your image, because you are your first brand, first of all. So you can't be out here trying to network and you look crazy. So that is a part of it. And some people are like, well, how do we have to talk about what I look like? Well, when you sign up for coaching, I'm going to tell you why. And it's very important. So that's the first program, and it's called The Level. So you can go on Zokai.co, click on the menu, and then you'll see coaching, and you'll choose that. And then you can apply if that feels good for you. And then my second coaching program, which I'm so excited about, is my little baby, and I'm so in love with her, is the Confident Collective. So I actually have another channel. It's called the Confidence Collective Chronicles. I'm going to put it in here for y'all. So this is for women who have gone through a life transition, mainly divorce, but any transition, divorce, a breakup, a move, having a baby, and you're kind of stuck in that in between place, and you need to get to that next level. The Confident Collective Chronicles. This is the YouTube channel. So if you're somebody, if you guys are going through a transition period and you're kind of stuck in the in between, I help you get to your next level and the highest version of yourself using beauty first. So we start with the outside and we work our way in. Well, most healing programs, most healers and teachers and transformation programs, they start with the inside. Some of them don't even address the outside. But for me and my experience, I'm not saying it's right or wrong, But what worked for me when I went through this was starting from the outside and then going inward. Um, like I said, there's no right or wrong way to transform as long as you get the transformation you need, as long as you unlock what you need to unlock and get to your level and become the highest, best version of yourself. But this is just what I know. It's what I've gone through, it's what I know, it's what I practice, it's what I embody. And so that's how I help coach you through the in between plays. So that's the Collective Chronicles. I love that. Go over there if you or somebody you know, if you're in that space, or you just want to hear about more about sacred beauty. That's a good channel for you to connect with. So then the memberships. Now, this is something that's still developing, but right now, what you can take advantage of is the complimentary membership, and that's entering the palace. So in the palace, I give a monthly insight. We do our vibe, what is it called? Vibe shifters challenge. So a quick challenge just to help shift your vibe and get you into alignment to vibrate higher, which we all need. We do a book because I was supposed to do a book club, but I think at the time I just had way too much going on. So eventually the actual club is going to get started. But for now, just read the books and we can talk about it inside of there. You know, you have a space where you can leave comments and engage with other people when you become a member of the website, Zokai Co. And so, um, what else do we have? You get discounts over there, and then there is rituals that you can do over there as well. So it's so good. Inside the palace is so good. But coming soon. Oh, also you get um, previews of whatever classes that I teach because I'm really big on classes, as you guys can probably figure out. Because if we need to know the basics, we got to learn about it. Continuing education is important because I myself am a life student. So continuing education is really important to me. So I'm going to be giving classes, you know, related to the things that we need to know. And when you are a site member, you have access to that class for 3 days. Now, the membership that I am creating in the future later on this year, which will be a paid premium membership, there you'll get those the full class with all of the bells and whistles because I'm a bells and whistles kind of girl. You know, you're gonna have your workbook, you're gonna have extra rituals, you're gonna have access to me to ask questions, um, Q&As, you know, that type of thing with the classes. And then you'll get that for as long as you have your membership, you'll have access to those classes. And so in this membership that I'm currently creating, that's going to be ready for us this year. I'm not even going to give y'all time. I'm just going to say this year. It'll be ready for us this year. I'm also going to be doing some live coaching over in there for our members, some lives just for us. We'll have our own private community. We'll have our rituals, our, you know, goddess corner practices. Because again, we're all about becoming our best versions of ourselves, the highest version of ourselves, using beauty as a sacred tool while still building our spiritual foundations, whatever road that leads us to, whatever spiritual path you're on, whatever you choose to embrace, whatever feels good for you, right? So those are the things that I'm working on right now that I'm excited about and I wanted to share with you guys. If any of this feels good to you, feels like something you want, something you need, I know you need it, but you got to want it. You got to desire it. So if this is something that's feeling good, giving you those tingles, you know, when you first meet somebody and you like, ooh, you get them butterflies. If this stuff is giving you the butterflies, then there's a couple ways we can connect um, at no charge to you. The first way is just subscribing to the newsletter, which is really juicy. I love doing newsletters. You guys can respond to them and I'll respond back. So you can sign up for the newsletter and then you can do the membership just the no charge membership, go ahead and do that. And we can stay connected that way. If you know the basics class is something that you really need and that your spirit is urging you towards, that information will be in the description box. All the information will be in the description box, how to connect with me. You can do my link tree and see what are the things that we have going on. Okay. So thank you for chit chatting with me. Thank you for sharing this space and this time with me. If this feels good for you, if I feel like your type of vibe, because you know everybody not for everybody, then subscribe for me. What are the things, y'all know, the things the YouTube people say? Subscribe, like, comment, and share for me. And then I'll see you guys very soon. I have more videos coming, more lives coming. Hopefully I'll see you inside the palace, okay? Because that's where it's really going on over in the palace. All right. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.